All right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. I'm not going to make this very long at all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, it's not much to talk about. All right, you know what I'm saying? And I say that you know in a joking manner, somewhat, but there's really not much to talk about because you've been warned. You know what I'm saying? You've been warned. We're here. The civil unrest is about to kick off after this. You know what I'm saying? Um, and this thing's not slowing down. You see what I'm saying? The prophets have warned. The word's gone out. So we're about to see this devil come down with great wrath. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's not much to talk about for real because these prophecies are playing out. They're playing out very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Um, we're looking at the civil war that's brewing. We're looking at you know, this dollar that's crashing. The economy is crashing. Okay, nobody can ignore this thing anymore. And at the same time, World War III is brewing. You see what I'm saying? So, for those of you who haven't heard, there was a there was another execution over in Minnesota, and this time it was with a male. You know what I'm saying? Who happened to be the first one was a teacher. All right. In this second instance, it's a male who was actually trying to protect another woman, and he happened to be armed legally, I might add. You know what I'm saying? And in him trying to protect her from these ICE agents, you know what I'm saying? He gets hemmed up. They they realize that he has a gun. You know what I'm saying? He has a piece on him. They take that piece out of his holster. All right. Commence to beating him with his own piece, and then ultimately somebody busts the cap, and then you hear 10 more blasts. You know what I'm saying? And the guy sprawled out in the street. So you know this is not going to go slowly. It's not going to go quietly, man. These jokers are going to get the civil war that they're looking for. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. It reads, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." Let's listen to this video.
Once again, the Department of Homeland Security has murdered an American. Once again, the Department of Homeland Security declared that dead American was a domestic terrorist. Once again, the Department of Homeland Security lied about every single thing that happened during that incident. Once again, multiple videos had to come out from American citizens proving that the Department of Homeland Security is no longer trying to secure the homeland. They're trying to fucking occupy it. Once again, we watched an American citizen bleed out on the street because he wanted to use his First Amendment, and they claimed he tried to use his Second. But now we have none of them. We have no amendments. We have no Constitution. We have no Bill of Rights. We have no Declaration of Independence. Instead, we have a dictator and a tyrant and a fucking old man who thinks he's a god surrounded by a bunch of impotent fat weirdos who can't wait to kill us all.
Hey, we in these times, man. We in these times. Let me show you this piece. All right, check this out. All right, so you're gonna listen to this video real quick. where this guy is talking about how so-called blacks have been saying, what I'm saying, an eye for an eye and all that. That hasn't been happening for real. You know what I'm saying? If anything, these jokers always say turn the other cheek. These jokers always talking about, whether, be the better person or something like that, right? Where you get the your average so-called black Christian that comes in and tries to to play the emotion card and whatnot. All right. Nevertheless, this is not your concern. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't your fight. This ain't your fight. All right. Their kingdom is falling apart. Let them fight this out. All right. Because it's inevitably going to happen. This is scripture. You see what I'm saying? This is prophecy. However, it's also prophecy that you Israelites, is going to get in the mix of that. The 2/3 of you anyway. All right, and you're gonna be mowed down. It's gonna be a lot of bashing heads on both sides, man. But you 2/3 is about to get that sword. You see what I'm saying? You about to get that sword, man. Let me get this here in Ezekiel. Okay, because you tend to forget that this whole ordeal is about you. You tend to forget that. All right, the target is always you Israelites, man. It's what it's always been. It's what it's all going to be. It's what it's always going to be, man. All right, until Yahushua comes back, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 8. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and say unto Slakia, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. All right? And he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man. For it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors, by reason of the sword, shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. You know what I'm saying? This is about to come to you Jakes, man. All right? But slowly but surely, you know what I'm saying? They're going to get this civil war. They're going to get it. And they want it desperately, man. They want it badly. All right? So, continue.
Black Americans have been saying for millennia now, an eye for an eye. And most people didn't pay attention to their warnings of advice. I think at this point, that was sage information, an eye for an eye. The victim who was brutally slain this morning in Minneapolis has now been identified. This is him. Alex Jeffrey Prete. He was an RN at one of the medical centers there in Minneapolis. He was an ER nurse. That is his line of work, helping people. And if you look in the video, there was a woman who was wearing a down white coat. She was thrown to the ground by an ICE agent and then doused in her face with mace at point blank range. Alex stepped in between her and the officer, and he got not one but 4 doses to the face. They were just spraying him. He took it and he fell to the ground. That's when he was bum rushed by 7 ICE officers. They began to pummel him and beat him. Towards the latter part of the video, you can see there was an ICE agent who turned around. He fired his weapon into the ground, provoking the other agents to open fire on Alex, taking his life, brutally murdering him in the street. There were so many people that were videoing. There's, undeniable evidence and proof that Alex wasn't doing anything. He's an RN, for crying out loud. He was rescuing a woman, a defenseless woman, because she was on her back. She literally landed hard up against the pave. And the ICE agent just sprayed it right in the face. He was doing what he was trained to do. People said that he had a joyous personality, and his go-to look, his default look on his face was a smile. Now he's been identified, and I think people need to take that sage advice from the black community and start taking an eye for an eye.
All right, so we about to get it. We about to get this thing going, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time coming. All right, a long time coming, but it took a while. Yet it's here. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. All right, like I said, I wasn't gonna make this long. Let's get this in Habakkuk chapter 2 and close it out. All right, so this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Slakia. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, and it's not tarrying no more, man. It's here. You know, it's here. I'm seeing all types of videos talking about, you know, if we don't stand for something now, then we're gonna lose it all. All right, so on and so forth. That type of stuff, man. The scriptures clearly tell you in 2 Esdras chapter 15 that there's going to be sedition among men. All right, it's going to be chaos everywhere, famine in the streets. You know what I'm saying? All right. So many things are happening all at once. You see what I'm saying? We got this. We got the civil war that's brewing. We got the World War III that's going on. You know what I'm saying? We got the allies that's leaving America. You know, siding with Iran and holding talks with Russia, as it is prophesied. You see what I'm saying? So we're seeing all types of stuff, man. The economy is going down. All right, this talk of of so-called alien disclosure. You know what I'm saying? What else? All right. What else? Now they're talking about AI is going to replace religion. You know, all these different things are happening all at once. They just passed, or they just signed a border peace amongst world leaders. You see, so we're at the end, man. We're at the end. This is not going to drag on for another 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Ain't going to be dragging on like that, man. We out of here. You see what I'm saying? We are out of here soon. You know what I'm saying? So keep your eyes open. All right? Keep your eyes open. Hey, you are the hopeful elect, man. Don't get involved in none of this. Do not get involved in any of this. All right? Let the 2/3 do the 2/3 thing. You see? All right? Let the multitude. Let me get that real quick. Okay. Let's go to 2 Esdras. All right. Lord willing, I'll end on this one. All right. 2 Esdras chapter 9 and verse 21. It says, and I saw and spared it greatly. All right. Let's go to verse 20. 2 Esdras 9 and 20 says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril, because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude, you see what he's talking about right there? He's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. You see what I'm saying? That's that cluster. All right, that's that cluster of the grapes that the Lord wants. But then he says concerning all the rest, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant For with great labor have I made it perfect. You see what I'm saying? He cares about the elect of the nation of Israel right now. All the rest of these 2/3 are going to be cannon fodder. You know what I'm saying? Cannon fodder, man. You know, just bodies. This was their ultimate purpose. This was their end. You know what I'm saying? On this side, in the latter parts of this kingdom, that's their role. Their role is to be the 2/3 and to die the death. Right? Such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, such as are for the famine to the famine, such as are for the captivity to the captivity. You know what I'm saying? These are the ones who are appointed to the Lord's wrath. You see? But those of you who are the hopeful elect, you know who to call on. You know to call on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You see what I'm saying? You know to trust in the Lord's name. You know that this is the way. You see what I'm saying? So keep the faith, man. I want to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.